Good morning from Washington, D.C. I just made it 1 hour ago. I was really sleepy. It took me like 6 hours to get here by bus from New York. The bus stopped randomly for 1 hour for whatever reason. Couldn't sleep that good, like it was really bad. And I went to a diner, had some pancakes, had some coffee, and now I'm ready to explore. I have the entire day here till 8 p.m. when I have the bus back to New York, so let's see how much we can do in one day and how big Washington is. So it's the train station, bus station, everything.
We're gonna fight for our what?
We're gonna fight for our rights.
No education, no work.
No education, no life.
We're gonna fight for our work.
We're gonna fight for our rights.
Right.
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of your ability,
to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Vice President Johnson, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chief Justice, President Eisenhower, Vice President Nixon, President Truman, Reverend clergy, fellow citizens. We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing an end as well as a beginning, signifying renewal as well as change. For I have sworn before you and Almighty God the same solemn oath our forebears prescribed nearly a century and 3/4 ago. The world is very different now, for man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human poverty and all forms of human life. And yet the same revolutionary beliefs for which our forebears fought are still at issue.
So welcome to the Washington Monument. Finally found it. So as I was walking around the city for the past 2 hours or more, I realized it's not as big as New York, but it's very spread. They're not really tall buildings. Most of the buildings have 2-3 floors, and some others maybe 10, but not that many. And the streets are really wide, the sidewalks are really wide, so it doesn't look like a big city compared to New York, but everything is wider and bigger. So I think I walked quite a lot, so I feel already tired. It's just noon, so it's 12, and I still have to go see some of the stuff. So
To which we are committed today, at home and around the world. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty. This much we pledge and more. To those old allies whose cultural and spiritual origins we share, we pledge the loyalty of faithful friends. United, there is little we cannot do in a host of cooperative ventures. Divided, there is little we can do, for we dare not meet a powerful challenge at odds and split asunder. To those new states whom we welcome to the ranks of the free, we pledge our word that one form of colonial control shall not have passed away, merely to be replaced by a far more iron tyranny. We shall not always expect to find them supporting our view, but we shall always hope to find them strongly supporting their own freedom, and to remember that in the past, those who foolishly sought power by riding the back of the tiger ended up inside. To those people.
So I've been walking through this park. It's like a huge giant park in Washington for half a day now. It's really beautiful, but it's big and I'm so tired. So basically you just have all sorts of museums and memorials for presidents and, you know, history stuff, which I don't really know. And you just go and visit like all of that, which is free. Not far away from each other. You can walk, but it's gonna take you one day to see it all. They're not far away, but yeah. There are a lot of groups of tourists with buses. You can buy like a city hop-on, hop-off bus, something sightseeing tour bus. And a lot of people driving the like tiny electric scooters. I don't know what they're called. So yeah, now I get why.
Revolution of hope cannot become the prey of hostile powers. Let all our neighbors know that we shall join with them to oppose aggression or subversion anywhere in the Americas. And let every other...
So this is the Lincoln Memorial. think is one of the most crowded places I've seen today in Washington, and of course is one of the most known. Actually, this was the one I was looking for from the beginning. But wow, it's very crowded here. A lot of groups, school groups, all kinds of groups from everywhere.
Of the new and the weak, and to enlarge the area in which its writ may run. Finally, to those nations who would make themselves our adversary, we offer not a pledge, but a request that both sides begin anew the quest for peace. Before the dark powers of destruction, unleashed by science, engulf all humanity in planned or accidental self-destruction. We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed. But neither can two great and powerful groups of nations take comfort from our present course, both sides overburdened by the cost of modern weapons, both rightly alarmed by the steady spread of the deadly atom, yet both racing to alter that uncertain balance of terror that stays the hand of mankind's final war. So let us begin anew, remembering on both sides that civility is not a sign of weakness, and sincerity is always subject to proof. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Let both sides explore what problems unite us, instead of belaboring those problems which divide us. Let both sides, for the first time, formulate serious and precise proposals for the inspection and control of arms, and bring the absolute power to destroy other nations under the absolute control of all nations. Let both sides seek to invoke the wonders of science instead of its terrors. Together, let us explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate disease, tap the ocean depths, and encourage the arts and commerce. Let both sides unite to heed in all corners of the earth the command of Isaiah to undo the heavy burden and let the oppressed go free. And if a beachhead of cooperation may push back the jungle of suspicion, let both sides join in creating a new endeavor, not a new balance of power, but a new world of law.
You focus on that and then read yourself into a trance. You can do it with any book. Faith given to golden Bibles is worship of man-made false idols. Why are they in denial of the erect penis of Jesus? Seriously, every human male awakens with an erection. It's not a sexual response, it's just a relaxation response. Every single day, pretty much of every good day of their lives. What do they do when they're face-to-face with the erect penis of Jesus? Do they turn away at that point just a little too much reality? What about the poop? What about the sinless poop? What's sinless poop look like? Because if it doesn't smell and taste like chocolate pudding, there's a crack running down the back of their supposed poopless wonder. They're crock, they're lying. If you have no needs, if you're waiting for the ultimate entitlement program, praying for this world to get destroyed so a magical one gets here, one where you don't have to do any work and you get all the joy you could ever want by just saying a Harry Potter spell, My name is not a Harry Potter spell. There's plenty of good work to be done in this world, so there's plenty of good joy to be had. He's trying to exorcise me by reading the words of an old hypnotic induction, and it just pisses me off, so that's perfect. I use everything that comes my way. Necessity is the mother of invention, and that's how it works. Now I'm going to come back and make it all about them, because I swear, maybe that's what they want, but goddamn the Bible is the same. I've got 2 hours of constant dialogue ready to go at a moment's notice, and maybe that's what's coming. I wrote a movie called Christians Burn in Hell, starring me, Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior, playing to an audience afraid to laugh, and one God who cannot stop. And 2 hours of constant dialogue, ready to go. And apparently, it's time. Goddamn the Bible is the same. Oh my God, please, it's a man-made thing. Please, rip up a Bible sometime in your life. If you just had faith in the living God's love, you'd be good. A living God, if you had faith in a living God, you'd trust a world of facts. You'd place your faith in a world of facts. Because everything a living God had to say about anything would be called science. Not science. Faith given to golden Bibles is worship of man-made false idols. Repent from your evil Bible-reading ways that we might be able to survive as a species. What does sinless poop look like? If a sinless God takes a poop, what's it look like? What's it smell like? Because if I was down here as one of you, certainly that situation came up, and hopefully every day.
We'll light our country and all who serve it, and the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man. Finally, whether you are citizens of America or citizens of the world, ask of us here the same high standards of strength and sacrifice which we ask of you. With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking His blessing and His help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own.
So it's almost 7 p.m. My bus leaves at 8. This was my 10-hour trip to Washington. Actually, it was almost 24 or something, but 22. But walking around, it was like 10 hours, and I'm really tired, but it was super pretty. I walked a bunch today. I filmed a lot. I took a lot of pictures, and what seemed to be a cloudy day in the morning was in the end a very, very nice blue sky. So just enjoying the sunset and my last hour here in Washington before going back to New York. I will arrive at midnight, so I'm gonna be super tired, super sleepy, so I rather say this now. It was a wonderful day in Washington, and the trip was wonderful before going back to New York, because I know how that trip is gonna be like, and well, coming here was not pretty. I was super tired, and I'm still super tired, so yeah, if you have a chance, it's a nice visit, although I have to say 1 day is enough. Don't stress yourself too much. So this was Washington for you.